Hello there, adventurer. Have you been wanting to try D&D but don't know how to get started? Well, now's your chance. This channel is an experiment, which is, as far as I know, the first of its kind. Every week there will be a live stream where I will be the DM and all of you at home will be the players. You can participate via the YouTube chat feature and all of your actions will have a direct and immediate impact on the game. First, you'll need a character for you to play. The appropriate level to start your character will be in the description. Option 1 is you can use the quick creation setting in D&D Beyond and use a random character, or you can use the standard option. Either way, D&D Beyond will walk you through character creation. Option 2, you can go old school. Print off some character sheets, choose your character's race, class, and background, fill out your ability scores, and make note of your attacks and spells. Then add some character to your character. Now you can decide what your character looks like, what their character traits are, and what their alignment is in their backstory. The main vehicle of D&D gameplay is the D20, but while we're at it, there's also D4, D6, D10, D100, and D12. The D20 decides if you succeed or fail in attack rolls, skill checks, and saving throws. You can find out what your roll is by rolling a D20 and adding the relevant modifiers. Natural 1s and natural 20s are called criticals, and they will lead to interesting game outcomes. So if you roll one of those, make sure to write your natural score and then your modified score. Natural 20, so 22. The error dice are mainly used for calculating damage, healing, and in the case of D100, random events. That's basically all you need to get started. If you are not experienced with D&D, I would highly recommend sticking to the material in the player's handbook so I can help you. This is a YouTube livestream, and therefore all interactions between the player and the DM will be through the YouTube chat. This will lead to chat latency, meaning it is helpful to reduce the number and frequency of chat messages. You can introduce your character before the stream starts, or you can jump in at any time, but make sure to include your character's name, initiative, and passive perception. Please put your actions in chat before your turn, especially during combat. If a check is likely to be necessary for an action, then please include that as well. During the game, you can use first or third person format for chat messages, but remember to include vital information like attack DC and damage if in combat, and skill checks if out of combat. This is a great place to play up your character if you want to be more creative. In the event your character dies, you can choose to write a new character or jump into the next session with the same character as before. If you need help, just write a message starting with DM question and I'll do my best to answer. Others may help answer your question as well. Now for the boring rules. Noobs, questions, and shenanigans are all welcome. Please don't lie about your roles, be kind, respectful, and include everyone. Don't spam chat, don't argue in chat unless it's an in-game conflict. Please write comments in plain English without weird grammar, excessive slang, or strange fonts. No advertising or self-promotion. Sparse, relevant self-promo during a break in gameplay is acceptable. Please don't be a rules lawyer. This game will be managed a bit strangely, and there are going to be a lot of odd house rules for the sake of plot and simplicity. Having said that, if I mess something up, feel free to leave a comment with the actual rules of the game because I'm a noob and have absolutely no clue what I'm doing. No harassment or bullying. Keep any rivalry in-game. Insulting characters is fine, but bullying of players is not. Usage of slurs also falls under this category and will not be tolerated. Don't be an in-game jerk. There will be natural and unnatural consequences for ruining the fun of other players. Player enjoyment is my top priority in this game, so remember your comfort is important. This game will utilize ratings, warnings, and script change. What these are will be summarized shortly. First and foremost, you are always allowed to leave at any time for any reason, even if you are actively participating. If something makes you uncomfortable or you're just not having fun, feel free to leave. By leaving, the game will move on without your character and you can rejoin when you're ready. Remember, the general rating of this campaign will be around the lower end of PG-13 with the exception of profanity, which will be allowed in chat but will be partially censored in the stream. I don't know the exact direction any given session will go, but if you have a specific trigger that's a concern, you can put it in chat before the game and I'll tell you if you should participate or not. Or I will give you a heads up when triggering material may come up. In addition, feel free to follow up with me after the live stream about any concerns. Script change. Writing pause in chat will cue that you are uncomfortable with something in the game and would like to discuss it among other players and myself before continuing. From this point, you, the chat, and myself will decide if we should rewind, meaning to undo the action that was taken and take a different action or avoid the conflict altogether, unpause, continue as normal, possibly changing future actions, fast forward, meaning to gloss over the situation with minimal detail, or edit, meaning to change a small detail like a combat enemy, for example. These rules also apply to the fact that I, as the DM, reserve the right to ignore or disallow player actions I don't want in the campaign, or fast-forward actions I don't want to narrate. So be aware that this is a reason your action may be ignored, modified, or glossed over. Your needs and desires need to be balanced with those of other players, so sometimes your request may not be recognized, and in that case your best course of action may be to skip a session. Despite this, I will not tolerate any harassment or bullying of players based on what they are or are not comfortable with. Remember, we want this game to be fun for everyone, so if something isn't working, bring it up so that we can fix it. D&D is about fighting monsters, but it's also about the fun you have with friends. Congratulations, you have completed the tutorial. You are well on your way to becoming a full-fledged adventurer. Have fun in the next campaign, and I hope you enjoy being the newest player character.